Hey up lads and lasses, Danfire here, back again with a little update on my builds that I'm currently working on, and managed to dish out quite a bit more damage than previously when I did these. I'm going to do the entire fleet though this time, just to show you like in one go, rather than have the individual videos, because I think that'll be better format, make the video a little bit longer. So we've run into dock. So the Red Dragon's now in my second fleet, so we're only talking about my main fleet here. So I now have the Fenrir in my main fleet. We have Surf on here, obviously. And then if you go to devices, and I'm missing that, that should be there, because of course. Explains why Wolf Squad didn't go too well earlier. Anyway, so yeah, so this is the setup that I'm currently running for my main fleet. So we're running the Fenrir. I will be swapping this Falcon out for, I think, a T2 Flame, because there is two versions of the Flame's passive ability, its chance ability, I guess, with the Fire. So you get Fire 1 for T1, Fire 2 for T2, Fire 3 for T3. An extra Flame on there will give me the T2. It might not keep up that much, but it shouldn't be too bad. This is my recommended fit currently. I like the lasers on carriers, especially UAV carriers. I wouldn't run it on an Immortal, but the UAV carriers, where they're staying quite far out anyway, a laser on it's quite nice. It's also not blocking any damage or stopping it firing, because the UAVs, don't worry about that. Only common device weapons do, like projectiles and lasers. So we run 3 flames. This will give us Flame 3 at 10 stacks pretty consistently, which is doing 3k damage per second, which is a massive damage increase, actually. So I highly recommend that, especially on this frontal subsystem. You're getting the thermal damage increase. If you can get chance increases on this, it'd be really good, but thermal damage with the crit rate's really nice here. We're then supplementing that with lunar eclipses with the chance to make target resistances to EM damage minus 15%. Running that, and we're running shadows to deal the damage there as well with that debuff that comes from the lunar. On here we have causes an exception probability plus 32%. And energy consumption. I've not rolled this very much. There's probably better subsystems you can roll here. I would mention quickly that these bottom 2 UAVs can be run in the 3 long, similar to this guy. So you could have your Flame across here, which will get the bonuses of both subsystems. That might be worth doing as opposed to what I've done here. This is neither here nor there. The crit rate's quite nice. Again, I haven't rolled much on the Fenrir, but you know, it's buffing my laser, which is quite nice. I'm running a shield repair system on here as well. I may be swapping this out to a fast deployment network instead at some point. I've got one currently running on the monster, which I'll show you a bit later on in the video. So yeah, this is dealing quite a good bit of damage. We're running the Carrier Born. I don't have a better yellow carrier slot here. If you have one that boosts damage, I'd recommend running that instead of this one. This is the durability, and it's just not necessary. Obviously, the ship durability with the standard armor is the way to go here, so I recommend running that as well. We have the thermal circulation systems. We're getting up there on these now. So we have 32% thermal damage converted to shield value. We have the max probability of additional UAVs. This really does boost damage. On average, it's about a 30% damage increase to 40% damage increase. I have had it out where I've had 14 UAVs out at once, which is 100% damage increase. It was ridiculous. I've never seen a carrier deal that much damage with UAVs only before. The probability of causing a normal state increased by 46%. This is really useful with the flames. This does apply to them. And this keeps our 10 stack of fire damage up. Shield-wise, we've hit the point where I can get total 40, so I get an extra shield capacity. This is quite nice because it ties in quite nicely with the thermal circulation system. But yeah, other than that, reforms aren't quite max, not even close really. I am working on these, but it's doing all right damage already. So we'll go into trial quick and I'll show you quickly how much damage this is really producing. So here we go. Last time I checked, I hit about 1 million DPS, but if we come over here, we can start seeing the damage buffs that we're getting, although apparently we're not stacking any of the thermal damage at all here. Typical. There's one. You can normally get this up to 10 quite rapidly. I've just got unlucky a bit here. I need to do the reform to increase the probability more, and that'll definitely help it out. Last time I tried this, I was hitting around 1 million damage, cumulative damage in a minute. We're going to be just shy of that, I think, this time, because I haven't, unfortunately, managed to keep the stacks of flame up with 3 T3 flames, which is a little bit unfortunate. So this is going to replace my red dragon. We might just hit 1 million. We're going to be a little bit shy. But yeah, 1 million damage with 1500 damage per second, sort of capping out. Pretty decent for a carrier. Oh, well, 870,000. Again, like I said, if you get an extra flame out with that UAV with a 30% chance, you'll keep the flame stacks up a lot easier. And at that point, it's quite a lot more damage. Next up, we're going to have a look at my Legion. My Legion really hasn't changed all that much since last episode. The last episode I did this. I'm still running a transition device on here. I may swap this transition out device again for a... oh, wait, no, I can't now because I run a small strike CN. This is just capping out the resistances. This has let me drop Rand from my ships. But yeah, as you can see, it's not quite maxed out on all the weapons. Subsystem up here has got crit damage on it for missiles, which is completely worthless because I don't run missiles on here. I don't recommend that you do. I recommend you keep it full laser. It allows you to run laser plugins. Again, I haven't managed to get a decent plugin yet. This one, though, we got more thermal damage and critical strike rate. This is quite important if you're running decons and you're trying to get the crit rate up on them. Plugins, I still need to work on these. The immune abnormal state is not particularly useful. This is the biggest one for it. The station pile and double battery, giving the crit rate and calibration rate while stationary. And again, weapon range increase is just a nice little bonus. Running a laser damage mod, and we're running standard armor because standard armor is currently the best after checking. For arena anyway, for wolf, creature armor can actually beat it. Reforms, we've managed to max out the durability here. And that's about it really. I'm working on maxing out this thermal damage. I already have the max critical strike damage. After that, I'll probably work on energy caps because this is quite energy heavy. Jump into trial again quickly with this one. I run about 1.2 million last time I checked with this, which is quite nice. So, wait for him to turn around. We're going to flame off. This is going to let me fire a bit more of the, well, keep that crit damage up. As you can see, this laser's like permanently critting now, which is really, really nice. Even when you see the decons firing off, we've got all missile launch. You'll see 9k plus crits. They're from the decon rays, which is like massive amounts of damage. Really, really strong. So, yeah, this is the Legion setup at the moment. This is getting replaced by an Immortal eventually in my main fleet. This will be sort of moved over to my second fleet as I can get that up. I've run it for a while now, and this ship's fantastic, and that's why I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm just going to move it. I just think the ability to neutralize enemies' energy within arena with an Immortal is going to be a lot stronger. So there we go. Just shy of 1.2 million. Very, very respectable damage on a Legion. We're then moving over to the monster. So we go here. So this is quite cool now. It's pretty much more or less fully maxed out. I'm running a fast operation network on here. That's literally to get this increased movement speed. So it's replacing my transition device. So it works similar to a transition device. But we're getting the 16% dodge rate. This is actually quite nice. I haven't got the reforms on here for the dodge rate too much at the moment, but with that maxed out and this tactical, the fast operation network, it gives you enough dodge rate that it really does make a difference, and it gives you increased durability on top of maybe if you wanted to run, instead of the PT gun on here, you might run the shield repair systems, or if you want to run the EMP, this gets you in while dodging shots to EMP. I'm starting to recommend this over the transition devices. Transition devices move more rapidly and they get into position a bit quicker. But because this has the dodge rate on it and it's about 20-second duration of increased dodge rate, it gives you quite a considerably larger amount of durability. Subsystems, we're running the crit rate, crit damage. This isn't quite perfect, but it's not bad. You can get higher crit rate on here, I think around 20% and 60% crit damage. This is the ideal subsystem, whether you're running Gorse or rails or snake and cannons. This will overall increase your damage. On the bottom system, I finally managed to get the very, very, very lucky roll with kinetic damage and crit damage. So this is a massive increase, and this is like the worst possible roll on it as well. You can get kinetic damage up to 20% on here with a crit damage of 80%. That's huge. I specifically run that subsystem for the Gorse. I'm not quite sure if it'll do quite so well for rails, but for Gorse it is very, very strong and very powerful, so I recommend it there. We're obviously running the exploding shotgun for the debuffs to the enemy. That gives you increased kinetic damage, which is what this ship's running anyway. Plugins, I do need to get these up a bit higher, especially this one, the penetration. I've been mostly concentrating on the increased damage from hitting flanks, because this is usually on a flank. Sorry, this one even, attacking stern and flanks for 20%, 28% damage. This is increasing the armor, sorry. We're running DP plugins because it's the best one, I think, because it gives you 6% flat additional damage to ships, which is fantastic. If you get a gold one, even better. I've not been that lucky with plugins at all. Projectile damage per second increased by 94, which is quite nice as well. Yet again, we're running standard armor. Creature armor is possibly better on here if you're running wolf, but otherwise standard armor is the way to go. The other one's not so useful, but I've put these on here because this is what I got to spare. Shield, we have also managed to hit this second module slot, and that's given us quite a nice little boost to shield capacity. Not that the monster's particularly great for shields anyway, it's quite low. But we're running trial into here as well. I get about 1.5 million damage now on a monster, which is pretty considerable. I think my last video I was showing was about 1 million damage, so I've managed to get an extra 50% extra damage out of it, which is fantastic. Just before I managed to roll that second subsystem, I was running a pretty much maxed out cooldown, kinetic damage, and energy consumption. And it was really good. It was bringing me to about 1.4 million DPS, somewhere around there. With this crit damage, this is actually giving me an extra 100k damage on top of it. So just proof to show you that the extra crit damage is more important in this game. And as a damaging stat, it's much better for pretty much everything, I believe. Again, not quite sure on Gorse, but we'll see. I need to set up some Gorse at some point. So there you go, 1.48, so just shy of 1.5 million in a minute, which is very, very powerful. We were hitting about 25,000 damage per second here. So very, very strong now. It goes, yeah, up to 26. Last up, for the main fleet, we have my Tornado. I'm still running the support Tornado. I have moved Vincent onto here now. It keeps it alive a little bit longer and it gets that second cooldown of the tactical off. This one here, the Global Command CN. I'd love to enhance this, but it's damn expensive. This is like +3, so this to get it to +4, it's almost 4,000. You're normally seeing those numbers around +7 on T3 devices, so it's quite a lot. Again, very powerful. You're getting more crit rate. We're getting kinetic, thermal, and EM resistances. So yeah, just a very, very strong ship. We got another PT gun on here. This increases the damage of our monster and our legion. So, yep. And again, we'll just sit here and watch this. There's not much to say about this one. It's not bad damage. It's not great damage. Because it is to support my other ships. So, yeah. Anyway, while this is running, we got a minute. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below if you got any comments on this video or anything you want to add. And yeah, so streaming live on Twitch Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And it's October, which is Scaretober over in Twitchland, which means we're going to be streaming some horror games. So if you want to watch me screaming and peeing myself, that's where you want to be going to do it on Wednesdays, Friday. Well, yeah, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Should be a bit of fun anyway. I should be putting some of the VODs over. So there we go, just shy of 400,000 cumulative damage on a tornado. Not bad at all. This is actually a little bit more. You're not seeing Vincent's abilities really coming off because you're not getting hit. He increases the crit rate and he increases the crit damage plus the speed. So this does actually do more than that. In total, though, the entire fleet works extremely well together, and that's the reason why I run it like this. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you've gained some insightful information on how to set up your ships, and I'll catch you guys next time.